used to seeing people. This is weird.
I told you what I wear for work at home, didn't I?
My husband loves it, Tom loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm out of the house. It could be awful.
Right.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to call, who do we do it right after? Call to order? All right. I'd like to call the Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency meeting for October to order. And we will stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll do a roll call.
Chairman Beck.
Present.
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 Robert Harris.
Present.
Mark Waltrip.
Present.
Cheryl Reese. Amanda Riccio. Lori Weiner.
Great. The next agenda item is the minutes from the August 13th meeting. They were in our packet. Does anyone have any questions, concerns about the minutes from August 13th? If not, can we get a motion to approve the minutes?
Sure, I'll offer it.
Thank you, Mark. A second? Bob? All in favor? We don't need to roll call on that, right? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Approved. The minutes are approved. Communications. No communications. Public comments. There's no one in the room for public comment, so I'm going to assume there's none. There is no chair's report for this month. Director's report.
Yeah, Chair, just in the board, just to let you know that we did get the IDA, if you recall, 3-4 years ago, we received a $1.5 million grant from Empire State Development for the State Highway 5S Florida Business Park Extension Road Widening Project. That money did come in, was wired to us last week from the state, and the county bonded for that, so we subsequently turned over 1.4 something. I think we took $15,000 or $16,000 out of it because that was part of the fees that were charged for by ESD to the IDA for publication purposes and that type of stuff. So that money has been transferred from the IDA over and given to the county too. So that money's in and that grant is now closed out, which is good. Just to let the board know as well, we just went on a site visit today too with regards to the Restore New York grant with Empire State Development. The one project that the manager was there, we took them through the site to show them the current status of the demolition and the asbestos abatement that's occurring there. So just update the board on that as well. Apollo, which was doing all the asbestos abatement on the western side, is now off the site. So their work is completed. So that phase of the western side asbestos and hazardous materials abatement is now completed. And we are working with Lero. They're drafting demo bids for the portions of the western side of the site, which we hope to put out on the street sometime first or second week in December.
Great.
With hopefully an award date of middle of January, end of January, so that we can start doing demo on the western side. Just to let everybody know, looking at the preliminary budgets on that, there's not enough dollars available in the grant to fully demo the western side. So as of right now, it looks like it's going to be a phasing plan for the western side, and as those bids come in, we'll be able to, let the general public know obviously which parts of that western side are going to be demoed, but we're going to concentrate on the sides that are closest to the creek and work our way towards Church Street. So that's how that phasing is actually going to occur for the demo on the western portion. That's all I got there.
Great. Thanks, Ken. Financial report, Sheila?
Yep, so the financials are included in your packet. I was just gonna mention the 1.5 as Ken did, that went in and out here in September. Additional activity were pilots coming in and out for the school payments. Everybody's up to date with their pilot payments. We received beach nuts pilot payment, and that'll be wired out to ESD, the portion that, is required to pay back their grant. Other than that, there's no unusual activity, just a few invoices in and out. Anybody have any questions on any specifics?
How is the brew house going? Are
So,
they ready to open?
Yep,
or-
on the revolving loan, she's making payments. I reached out to her a couple weeks ago. I haven't heard from her. I've seen activity going on, at the location as far as renovations and things. So they are moving forward. I'm not sure, on an exact status for an opening day. I haven't heard. Have you heard anything, Lori or Carol? Anything specific? Haven't heard anything specific, seen anything, or?
They have to be ready to open before they can apply for the license.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Right.
And there's a
And that,
huge back
I was just gonna say.
with
and
the
that's
state,
maybe
yeah.
What is taking them so long is because they have to apply for that, and,
I hope that doesn't become a big hardship.
yeah.
From the outside, it looks like they made a lot of progress.
Gotta
Inside
drive by.
is really nice too.
And it's nice to see the laundromat so busy too. That building was empty for so many years.
Yeah, that's good.
And Sheila, I really appreciated your, the loan site visit information
So,
as
yeah, so
well.
although I didn't go out, we did meet with the executive group, I don't know, a month or so ago, when we were out doing, the photos. So it was really good to see them guys. They said they were down in staff a little bit, but, throughout their entire, 3 locations that they have like over 150 people, so, they are doing very well out there. Hiller
Yep.
Marks is paid off. They were
Yeah.
paid off in July, so they're no longer on, they won't no longer be on the list.
The number one, current +1, does that mean he's a month ahead?
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah. I think giving the, loan, forgiveness for the few months, and postponing those payments helped them out a little bit. And then we also went out to the, Microtel, and did a visit with them. Vinny and I went out, a few months back, and then, she showed us around the hotel, and it's, very nice hotel, so they're hoping that, this COVID ceases quickly too, so that they can get back to their normal.
Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you. Anything else for anyone? That's all I have.
Perfect.
On the deferments you did for them,
Yes,
are you just gonna add it to the end of the loan?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so we'll.
it's not a balloon payment.
No, we just extended the
3 months.
term out.
Marketing update. Vinny?
Yeah, so we've actually been doing a lot the past few months. We continued the small business of the month, which we started in March, and that actually has been getting a lot of traction. There's been a lot of news stories and articles, pretty much every month that we've done it. Me and Matt and Morgan actually just went out to Bridge Street Diner in St. Johnsville, which was last month. And then we're gonna set up, we go out to Dane next week or so. But that's, people have really appreciated recognition, and it's getting a lot of traction on Facebook, and even Bridge Street Diner said they had a bunch of people come in and order food and give them newspaper clippings who they saw them. So it seems to be driving some traction to the businesses that, we've been handing them out to. And on top of that, we also have the Buy in Montgomery website. That is live right now, but we decided to do a soft launch just to get businesses on the website and their profiles up and ready before we actually start driving consumers to it. Andy and Carl have been making phone calls to some businesses the past week. They can probably let you know how that's been going, but right now we have probably not as many as we want up right now, but we're going to continue throughout the next week to make some more phone calls, push out a couple more emails just to make sure businesses are signing up and letting them know that this is valuable. So that should be launched in the next couple weeks for consumers to actually go on and start looking at the website shopping. There's a social media aspect component of it. You can leave reviews. So the then we've also, like Sheila mentioned before, we did a photo shoot of the county just to refresh our pictures for any type of marketing purposes, Facebook posts, different materials that we might use. So we started in Amsterdam, we did executive group, we involved Eatery, the Bridge, housing development on the south side, and started heading out west. Did St. Johnsville, Parkside, the park out there, the marina, Fort Plain, High Wheeler Coffee. So we got a bunch of good shots from around the county that will definitely freshen up and update our photos. And we also been taking a look and designing some booth materials. And this is just so we have, a big backdrop that we can have a tower, kind of like the roll-ups, but three-sided, and a tent. And those are really going to be used for, if we ever go to a trade show, something like that. But we can also are going to use them for, any grand opening or ribbon cutting that we have. We can also use them for job fairs when we go out to places. If we ever have a meeting, we're doing a lot of Zoom meetings now to have a nice backdrop behind us. So it really can be used for a lot of different purposes. So we've been designing those and should be coming to conclusion on those soon. And then, the other thing that we did is we submitted an IEDC award. We submitted a video and a proposal for the 5S corridor for economic development. We did not receive that award, but it's something that we were trying to get recognition for. I mean, again, we're going up against every small community in the United States. So, but we did put together and have a nice video for marketing purposes as well.
Any questions for the marketing committee? Thanks, Vin.
Yeah, thank you, Vinny.
The unfinished business, and the cell tower lease, I know we had some,
Yes,
did we,
we did. We went back to them with,
The increase we got, right?
yeah, that increase, I think I emailed you guys, it was that
Yeah.
increase that was, yeah. what
so I
we-
missed it, I probably.
Yeah, what was the full amount? I forgot what it was
Perfect.
off the top of my
So
head,
we're all,
Chair. We're all set with that. Joe just had a couple of, legal changes he wanted to be made to it, but, yeah.
so that'll be on for a business, an action item in the future.
No, because the resolution we
We
did.
pre-approved
That's
the
right. We gave
resolution
it
with the
some
contingent
leeway.
upon
Perfect.
negotiating the higher fee.
And
Perfect.
that will kick in, Chair, just so you know, June, I believe, right, Sheila? June 2021 will be the first payments we receive.
Yeah.
for that.
Great.
And it'll be 10 years, renewable by another 10, so it's
Great.
more revenue for the agency.
No, that was worth the effort, because that was a pretty good increase
Yeah. it was.
over the
Yeah.
first ask.
Great, thank you.
Well,
Anything else on the unfinished business?
no.
Great. New business. The first item is the 2021 Montgomery County Industrial Development Agency budget action item. This was forwarded from the governance committee with a positive recommendation. It is in your packet. Sheila or Ken, is there anything that you guys want to mention in the full board meeting that wasn't presented at the governance, or that you want to just reiterate here?
No, just because Lori wasn't here, just to let her know some new revenues that you would see, Lori, that we are assured about is the Mohawk Solar project is closed, so we'll be receiving pretty good chunk of lease payments from that going forward each year. So an increase there, and then you'll see the actual cell tower lease in the revenue section itself. That's a new line item, and you'll see what we'll be receiving from that going forward as well. So that's a nice chunk of revenue for the agency for the next several years as well. Other than that, those are revenues we budgeted in there that we know we're gonna get. And as you guys know, with the actual operating expenses, there's only a couple of things that we know that we have to spend every single year. So, that operating, the operating expenditures fluctuate each year depending on if a project comes along. So engineering goes up, those types of things go up, so they're just hard to budget for, so.
And your audit.
And the audit, but the audit, we know what that's gonna be.
And we can always accommodate unanticipated expenses that comes on mid-year, right?
Correct, Mark. We always have to do that with every single year, I mean, it's a budget, but the business we're in, it's difficult to project it every year.
Any other questions on the budget? Can we do a roll call vote? Oh, motion, I'm sorry. I stepped one step ahead of motion.
I'll make a motion.
Carol, second. Mark, thank you. Now roll call vote. Thanks, Andy.
Yep. Carol Freeman,
Yes.
Sharon Beck,
Yes.
Robert Harris,
Yes.
Mark Waltrip,
Yes.
Cheryl Reese, and Ricky are absent, Lori Weingart.
Yeah.
Motion passed.
The next business item is the Florida Business Park, the North Engineering Action Item.
Correct, and this is in your packets, board members, this is resolution 20-11. Back in 2017, we contracted with McDonald Engineering, which is now Prime AE, for $50,000 to do, basically on a retained basis, to do work for us on the Florida Park Extension North, which is where we put the road in, where we just did the sewer lateral. We utilized them through the course of those years to, if we get a lead and we want to put together a nice drawing for a company or something like that, we'll put that there. So the engineering for the road came out of this, these dollars, along with the lateral stuff and any work we needed as far as environmental work on that side. So we're bumped up to that $50,000. So what this does is just it extends it with an extra work authorization of $50,000 on retainer, which, you know, we don't spend it every year with them. Obviously, there's a big project, but the first $50,000, you know, it went 3.5 years. So that's all this resolution does, Chair.
Any questions? Can we have a motion on resolution 2011?
I'll offer.
Mark, second. Bob, thank you. Roll call vote, please, Andy.
Mark Waltrip,
Yes.
Sharon Beck,
Yes.
Carol Shinnon,
Yes.
Robert Harris,
Yes.
Cheryl Reese and Amanda are absent, Lori Weingart.
Yeah.
Motion passed.
The next agenda item is resolution 2012, which is the Florida Business Park North plowing contract. Ken, you want to just,
Yes, this is, obviously, this is the first year that we have the road that we, put in there for the northern parcels. The first, tenant in there obviously is Vita Blend, so they'll be up and operating by winter, and the road would have to be plowed and maintained. So the town of Florida is up in that area, it's in their municipality. I contacted the supervisor for the town of Florida and just to see what the cost that they would give us, for this. And they had mentioned, you know, depending on the weather, anywhere potentially from $2,000 to $3,000. So we wanted to do a resolution that just gave us a little bit of a cushion, so we didn't have to come back to you guys midwinter in case it's a bad winter. So this resolution authorizes the agency to contract with the town of Florida for an amount up to $3,500 for snow plowing and sanding services for specifically just that northern side road. So because we own that right now, that hasn't been turned over to the town as of yet. So.
Are they gonna bill us monthly, or how are they going to bill us?
I don't know, I didn't discuss that yet with the supervisor, so I don't know if it's gonna be a monthly billing. Yeah, I can, you know, we'll talk about that.
any other questions, comments? Do we have a motion for, this is resolution 2012, right?
-12.
-12?
I'll make a motion.
Thanks, Carol. Second. Lori, thank you. Roll call vote?
Carol Shinnon,
Yes.
Sharon Beck,
Yes.
Robert Harris,
Yes.
Mark Waltrip,
Yes.
Cheryl and Amanda are absent, Lori Weingart.
Yeah.
Motion
Our other resolution is 2013, which is the Glen Canal View Business Park action item.
Yes, this, just to let you guys know, this is, we've had, the Prime AE and McDonald Engineering have had a contract with us a long time with regards to this park. We've discussed this several times here actually at the agency, with regards to the wells that were put into the park on phase 2. So, talking to the county exec, and, talking to the chair of the board too, we feel that's probably a good time to really look at the potential ability of those wells to provide, potential public water, from those and what that would entail, and if it's even feasible. So this study, potentially this obviously could service the public safety facility, and could service the customers that are actually in the park now. So it would be good to have this, and obviously you've seen, some things that are in the paper with regard to 400% increase in water rates.
There's what, 3 wells in the park?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 back there, Bob, but we're gonna concentrate on, like, there's 2 of them that we feel have a pretty good yield, and the quality on them was really well. So I mean, we're probably gonna concentrate on just a couple of these. So the study itself would be obviously to look at what the yield is, how long can that yield be sustained, and then from there, what the quality is to make sure that it is potable. If it's not, what would need to be done as far as purification purposes, to bring that up to DOH state standards. And then with that would be, the engineering of what it's gonna take to actually build and give us an estimate what it would take to actually extend the lateral, the pumps and everything like that to bring it to the customers that are in the Glen Park and then potentially the public safety facility as well. So I think they quoted us in there. I forgot.
89.
Yeah, and I put in there just for cushion purposes up to 15,000 on this contract. So if that's, we get that, we do the feasibility study with regard to that, it's doable. Obviously, what's next would be they would tell us what the cost estimate of something like this would cost. At that point, we would bring it back to, bring it back to the county exec and the county legislature, and discuss potentially moving forward with the project of this nature up there.
And what's the time frame for having this done?
They feel they could get it done. I mean, it's not, you're just doing some due diligence. I mean, we'll have answers from this probably by December, January.
We'll have it done.
Not a build out of the system.
No.
But, yeah.
We'll have the results of
They're
the,
part of it,
The feasibility study, correct.
in the report.
so Ken, I did notice in here, it did say that there was some other potential testing that could be done, so a little bit of that cushion.
Yep.
We'd be able to use that to get that additional testing
Yeah.
without
depending on
having to
what you
come
have-
back
right.
to us.
If you have to
to
work a
get-
little bit more with DOH,
Yeah.
work a little bit more with DOH,
Yep.
those types of things, you just don't know as you jump into something.
No, so it makes sense, the cushion, I guess that's why I just wanted to make sure the board members knew.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments?
No, sir.
Can we have a motion?
Sure, I'll offer.
Thank you, Mark. A second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Bob, roll call vote, please.
Mark Walter,
Yes.
Chairman Beck,
Yes.
Carol Shannon,
Yes.
Robert Harris,
Yes.
Cheryl Van absent, Lori Wenger.
Yes.
Is there any other new business, Ken? Perfect. Then we can adjourn. We need a motion for adjournment. Carol, second. Bob's perfect. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, thank you.